Serious choice, the gospel of Jesus Christ, the music, and the spoken word. You're watching Light Source Victory Television live with me, your host, Pastor J. Stan McCauley, inviting you to sit back and relax for the next 55 minutes or so as we continue our journey into the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting word of the Most High God. My friends, it is indeed time for the most important hour of the day, Bible study. Now, of course, it is my Bible study time that I spend with you. We try to do it each and every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here at accesstv.org. On Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media as we broadcast live around the world from the greatest city on earth, Hartford, Connecticut, New England's rising star, continuing a 35-year tradition as we boldly go where most won't dare. It's Open Forum Thursday, which means, of course, we take your phone calls. So we'll put the number up on the screen in just a few minutes. But before we do that, before I get started talking about this, that, and a third, let's do what we call the big share. On your screen right there, this is it right there. See, right. This is the big share cheat sheet. So let's get our big share out of the way and invite friends and family to join us so that we can do our thing. Refresh my Facebook page. There it is. Okay. And let's start with the big share. Okay. The big share, by the way, is the portion of the program where we share the Bible study, political commentary, and news of the day experience with friends, family, and foe. That way we can keep everybody in the know. So we're going to start off with our sharing with groups. We start off with the group shares first and bring everybody on board. First group, where they do that at, in the city of Hartford. The group was started by Shonda Barlow. Okay. The next group we want to share with is Hartford Dwellers. This group is not for the faint of heart. If you've got thin skin, can't take pushback, don't go here. Okay? Hartford Dwellers. There it is. All right? The single most powerful, most influential group in the city of Hartford. And my friends, you know what makes a group powerful and influential? When there are diverse points of view floating back and forth. No one's group is powerful because you got a whole lot of folk on board that all agree with one another. That's not what creates lively debate where you have opposing points of view coming together and hashing it out. All right, some people are afraid of that. Anytime you push back or say something they don't like, they want to jump on you. To me, that doesn't bode well with the free speech. I like people to say what's on their mind. Say it, get it out, right? All right, being a free speech advocate. Okay, I digress before I get started. Let's continue the big share here. All right, next group we want to share with is dwelling in downtown Hartford. Then we want to go over here to another group, which is Community Block Watches in the Northeast Clay Arsenal community. All right. Then we want to share with two gospel groups, two, not three, two gospel groups, and that would be Ministries of the Living God. And then also we want to share with New England Women and Men of God. All right, New England Women and Men of God. These are gospel groups. All right, which means they're Facebook groups, but they deal with gospel centric stuff. Okay? Post there. There we go, there we go, there we go. Next group. I think that's almost just about it. I think. Methinks. Let's see. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, one important group we forgot. AccessTV.org, Virtual Television Network group, which of course is our group. There we go. Okay, now on to the pages. Okay, we do this every time we're on the air. Next group we want to share with, page, we want to share with Facebook pages is accesstv.org. Done. Next page we want to share with is Connecticut Black News Network post. Done. Next we want to share with there we go. Light Source Victory Television's Facebook page. And last but not least, because this is open forum and we have a tendency to get somewhat political on this program, we want to share with the open forum portion of it with McCauley for Hartford, which is my political page. Okay? Okay, a couple more friends and family, 2 to be specific, and then we will be done. All right? Friends and family timeline. There we go. That's 1 down, 1 left, and then we'll be taking your phone calls, I hope. Okay? 1 more here. Family member. There we go. That takes care of that. All right, my friends. There we go. All right, let's get started. Phone number on your screen, 860-944-9797. That's the number that goes to this phone. And we will take your calls. This is my cell phone. It's been my cell phone number for more years than I can remember. And if you find old political signs, that phone number is on there. It's been public for many, many, many years. If I don't see your phone number on here when you call, I won't answer it. I don't answer block calls. I need to see your number if you want to talk on the program. All right? It's Open Forum Thursday, and like I said at the beginning of the program, this is the portion of the program where we set aside time specifically for y'all. All right? I sit here 4 days out of the 5. It's a one-way dialogue. It's me talking, telling you what I think, my view of the world as I have Bible study. Okay? It's an unconventional type of Bible study because during my Bible study, I conversate about things political. I use politics and news of the day in order to make analogies to help better wrap one's head around the concepts that come forth in the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting word of the Most High God. As I can only speak for myself, try to strengthen my relationship with Jesus, who I believe is the Savior of the world. Now, for folk to have a problem with that, I don't know what to say, right? Everybody believes in something. Everybody believes in something. Someone tell you they don't believe, that's not true. All right? Everybody believes in something, and you just now know what I believe in. All right? And I think you're better for knowing what a person believes as opposed to, them lying to you, telling you they don't believe in anything, or even worse, they believe in something horribly evil or wrong and lie to you about what that is. Okay. All right. There it is. I will stay for 1 hour, provided nobody calls. If no one calls, I will stay for 1 hour. If people call, I will stay as long as there is conversation. In the old days, we would do Light Source Victory Television, and we would be on the air until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was nothing to be on the air until 2 or 3. It was common. That's how we used to do that. And so then we left television and went to the internet. And it's been several years since we've been online, but it's only been recently that we went back to doing Open Forum Friday because the audience penetration was not broad enough to support open forum dialogue. That changed some months ago, and so now we do open forum. All right. It is not begging calls. The purpose of open forum isn't for me to beg you to call. All right. This is not a talk show dependent on your calls. The open forum is so that those that may have something to say, particularly those that take issue with, disagree, can call and have that opportunity to put forth what their disagreement is. That's how we use, that's how we do transparent and accountability. All right, I'm accountable to the people who watch the program because I give the people who watch the program an opportunity to call in and set me straight. All right, the fact that you put forth your opinion doesn't mean I have to agree with you either. And I'm not one of those people who think that, I got to be right. Or in other words, I have to convince you. I stopped a long, long time ago trying to convince people of anything because it is not for me to do. It's for me to put out the way to get from here to Chicago. Now, you can take any route you want. This is the route I think is the best. If you find another way to get there, go for it. Right? One reason why people argue is because they think they have to win an argument. And so I don't like to argue with people. I don't argue with folk. If you have a point of view and an opinion, present it. I'll look it up. If I think that's worthwhile, I might embrace it. But I think everyone has valid points of view. And unfortunately, we live in a time where if you don't concede to my point of view, you're the enemy, which is, it's foolishness. Because life is made up of a series of compromises. And if you don't sleep with the individual, share intimate body fluids with them, then it really doesn't matter what they think. You see what I'm saying? It ain't that deep. It's not all that. All right. So you disagree. And now what? All right. If only people could get along like they do when they go out to eat. You go to the restaurant, people eat all kinds of things. They don't kill one another. They don't argue over what folk order off the menu. Okay? It's live and let live in the restaurant. You order what you want, I order what I want. It's no like, if you don't order this, then we're going to bar you from the table. Okay? Because there's mutual respect for people's tastes. So I think we need to get back to that so that we can have, civil dialogue, civil debate over issues. And once we establish where we agree or disagree on an issue, then we can have debate. And then once the debate is over, we find out where we have compromise. That's all. If you have a comment or question and you would like to put it in the comment section of the Facebook, You can do that. I can't manage Facebook comments as well as YouTube comments. All right, because we have audiences on Facebook and YouTube YouTube is 60 seconds behind by design. It's set up that way. We purposely set up Facebook to be 60 seconds behind. So what people hear on Facebook, actually we set YouTube up to be 60 seconds behind. What people hear in Facebook is relatively real time. The latency is like maybe 5 seconds 5 to 7 seconds at the most. But YouTube is 60 seconds, so I can't manage the Facebook commentary. But Facebook, a lot of people don't want to call because they're watching on the very device that they would call on. So you can put your questions or comments in the comment section of the Facebook viewing, okay? And I will read them as best I can and then make comment. It won't be as much dialogue as more me answering whatever question you may have. All right, and I need glasses to see what they are. Okay, Patricia says, stay blessed. God bless you too. Marcus Messiah Jarvis. Have you ever made a mistake? I usually don't. But today I did, and I knew you would appreciate the pain I'm in. I hate making mistakes, Marcus says. Well, you know, Marcus, I have to admit publicly that I have made, let's see. It's been a while, but I share your pain. I understand the pain, the grief, the deepness of the hurt of being wrong for someone who's usually so right. Yes, I have made mistakes, many of them. Amen. I agree. Yahweh's point of view is all that matters. That's right. How God views you is what matters most. Amen. 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 Well, amen to that. Yes, yes. You know, as you walk the walk, my friends, remember there's only one person who you have to impress. The relationship that matters most is this way. The up or down relationship. Like the hat suggests. Heaven or hell. You decide. It's up to you. And so the relationship is up and down. That's the relationship that matters. And quite frankly, in my never to be humble opinion, if this relationship is set correctly, these relationships will be set correctly. All right. These relationships will be set correctly. All right. The number's on the screen, 860-944-9797. It is open forum Thursday, and we do this once a week so that you can have an opportunity to call in, talk back, make comments, corrections, bring up subjects. It's open forum, which means you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay. We do this also because, you know, over the years, I've launched out on many, many projects, as well as our regular Bible study that we've had for 35 years. And, you know, you get critics. You got to have critics. You got to have haters. Okay. And I like organic hate. You know, I like the hate that comes naturally. Okay. I don't like manufactured hate. I like organic, natural hate that comes over, you know, so that it's real. All right, because some people pay haters. They pay to have hate. To me, that's fake. Fake hate is the worst kind of fake. If you're going to have haters, let folk hate you for real. I like haters to express themselves, so we give haters opportunity to call in. All right. That way, they have access to the same audience that I have. And I think it's only fair, being a free speech advocate. As long as other people have an opportunity to reach the same audience you reach, I think the playing field's been leveled. It's hard to have access to my audience if you don't use my platform. So that's why we do this once a week. Once a week. All right? And I don't seed the platform with, leading questions, which is why I make it a habit to ramble excessively on Thursdays, so that I'm not trying to create conversation or push the conversation any place. That's your job. It's up to you. All right. So 1 hour I will stay if there's no calls. If the phone rings, of course I'll stay much longer. And if you want to ask a question or make a comment, you can put it in the comment section of the Facebook Live, and I can read them, and I'll see what your question is. All right, because some people had said that they would like to call, but they can't call because they're listening to the program on the phone. Since they're listening to it on the phone, they can't call. All right? Then when they try to go back, they can't get it. And depending upon where you're watching, when you go back, it starts at the very beginning of the program, and it's very hard to catch up. It's, there's some technical things. So a lot of people don't want to leave the live stream. Okay? But if you are watching us live, which would be indicated by a little live icon somewhere on the screen, no matter what platform you're watching, feel free to call. 860-944-9797. In the old days, we would put a video on. You can't do that with Facebook Live. You can't run any kind of pre-recorded content. The live stream has to be live. You can't interrupt it with a video or anything like that. Now on YouTube we can, but not on Facebook. Okay. And since we utilize Facebook Live as well as others, we have to abide by Facebook's rules, right? 860-944-9797. Took a couple days off, went to Block Island. It was nice. Went out there with the girls, wife. The kids had lots of fun. Lots of fun. And that was it. So now we're back. Big election over the weekend, or over the week, Tuesday, right? Big election Tuesday. No upsets. No upsets. Not in our area. Okay. Johanna Hayes, I guess you could consider an upset, but it really was not an upset. They try to ice her out because it was quite clear that she would do exactly what she did. And that was a win. Okay. So that's about it. I heard somebody got shot yesterday trying to rob someone, and the guy that was being robbed had a gun. He had a carry permit, and he defended himself and shot the guy who was trying to rob him. Choices, consequences. Right? Hunt or be hunted. Right? If you're not the hunter, then you're food, as they say. Right? So I guess he wasn't about to be anybody's food. And the hunter got caught. And some people take issue with that. It's like, if you're being robbed, you shouldn't be able to defend yourself. You should just concede to the robber. I don't know about that. I don't like that. I don't like that scenario. If you're going to rob people, you do so at your own risk. Great risk. Folk are not going to just sit by and be robbed anymore. You're just not. It's like folk are not going to sit on an airplane and let someone hijack it and fly it into a building anymore. Those days are over. Passengers will fight back, right? They want to live. They want to live. So, when you push people, they do one of two things. They run or they fight. Flight or fight. And sometimes people going to fight back. A lot of times robbers are used to people, go into flight mode. They go into panic. Everyone is not going to panic. Some people will fight back. Some people will fight back. 860-944-9797. That's the number. Give you opportunity. 26 minutes, 20 seconds that we've been on the air. We will stay for 1 hour. Okay. We will stay for 1 hour. And that is if no one calls. I talk because I cannot sit here for an hour and say nothing. That would be reckless and irresponsible as a broadcaster. You can't just sit and don't say nothing. All right, so I have to say something. So I ramble on and talk about just stuff. I pull stuff out of thin air. I would teach. I would have Bible study, but once I start Bible study, I close the phone lines. We're not going to have, it's not open forum at that point. Okay. Open forum is you get to talk about what's on your mind. You have questions, something you want to say. That's what this time is for. So this is truly your time. All right. 860-944-9797. We do this every Thursday. Okay. 10 o'clock p.m. Every once in a great while, we'll come on at 11. We did that last Thursday because we stay for 1 hour if no one calls. So if no one calls from the 10 o'clock hour, then by 11:05 or so, we're done. But there's a group of people who don't join Light Source until after 11 when we do our normal program. And so they'll tune in, and as far as they know, we didn't come on, but we were on a whole hour. You see what I'm saying? So every once in a while, I'll come in and do the open forum at 11. And every once in a great while, I'll come and do the open forum starting at midnight. All right. Well, we came on at 10 tonight. So at 11 o'clock, if there's no calls, we will be done. And I shouldn't say that. I should say more like at 11:10. I mean, 10:50. All right, 10:50. Like if you call at 10 minutes of 5 minutes to 11, that doesn't count. That don't count. You can't wait to the last minute call and then think we're gonna sit here and talk all night. That's no. No. All right. So it's like, now's the time to call if you're going to call. So 860-944-9797. And I know it can be nerve-wracking to call. It can be nerve-wracking. I make it a point to call into talk radio shows at least once a month so I can experience the nerve-wrackingness of it. Because you start to get a little nervous, right? Because, of course, everyone's going to hear you. You only want to formulate what you're going to say, but it's just a conversation. And I'm not going to cut you off in 60 seconds or in 3 minutes and things like that. All right. Hi, Pastor Stan. In the old 1990s days, I remember Mountain Dew going 4 hours plus, and Jesus is Lord phone-in calls. Oh, yes. Well, the Jesus is Lord phone-in calls, those were the battle of faith. And we can't do battle of faith yet. I would like to do battle of faith. I can't do battle of faith yet because the audience is not mature enough. And when I say that, I mean not like mature, like mentally and mature. I mean the audience has not been seasoned enough for that. All right, we need to have ongoing dialogue in the open forum section first. Then we'll get to a place where we could do the battle of faith. Because, see, the battle of faith is conditional. Because there's always a number. So we do the battle of faith, we need 10 calls. If we don't get 10 calls, we go off the air. That's it. If I don't get the calls, we got what, 20 minutes, 10 calls. If I don't get 10 calls, that's it. I'm done. And see, then I have to live up to my word. We're not there yet. 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 Not yet. But that's how we used to do it in the old days. That's how we did it in the old days. Mountain Dew. And I've done some dew here, though. The berry dew. There's a dew that's like a black cherry Mountain Dew. I try to stay away from that stuff, though. That stuff will really, that'll kick you up a notch with the caffeine. And I'll be in here making stuff. I make things. I'll design a rig for camera. Okay. It's bad. Real bad. In the old days, I drink Mountain Dew, have coffee. Thing that used to really mess me up was Baronet. Everybody remember Baronet coffee in the Meadows? I don't know what they put in their coffee, but you get you a large Baronet coffee. I'll go into the station, I'll take apart all of the connections and reconnect everything. Make sure that everything has a solid fitting. I used to do it like 4 times a year during the shutdown, even though the station was shut down, because we did 12 weeks on and 1 week off. And the purpose for the station shutdown wasn't just so that we could have off. It was so that we could do ongoing maintenance. So during the shutdown, I would go into the station and I would use that time to adjust all of the wires, because, you know, wires have weight. So you'll connect wires in the back, and sometimes they're hanging, and they'll pull apart, and finally connections will get loose. And then you wonder why things aren't working. All right, so I had a maintenance schedule. So I would go in, I would do all those kinds of things, make sure all the computers were up to date, and the software was up to date. Defragment the hard drives, and order new software. Anytime we implemented a change, we always implemented the change during the shutdown. People don't like change. So any change that we did in terms of configuration, programming, anything, we would do it over the shutdown. Then when people came back, that change was there. So people don't like change. So when you do change, make sure it is sweeping, which means everything happens at once, and always make sure that the change is for the better and it makes everybody's life easier. Then people are happy that the change was implemented. Although their first and initial reaction is a little bit displeasure, because people like things to be the way they are. All right. People do not mind change if the change is for the better. All right. People don't like change when it's not for the better. Like a change in protocol. Instead of us picking up the bulky waste, you're going to have to pay us $75. Okay? And then people find out about that. They don't like that pushback. Well, I don't have bulky waste anymore. Suddenly, no one has bulky waste. Their neighbor does. Which is to say, rather than me put the bulky waste out in front of my house, now, I wouldn't do something like this. All right, because we have private people pick up our trash, so that's not a problem for us. The city doesn't pick up our trash. Okay? So, but what people do is they put it on their neighbor trash. They go across the street at night, put across the street, down the street, around the block. And nobody know where it came from, right? And now it's someone else's problem. Of course, now you want to find that person, but this is not my trash. I woke up in the morning, it was out here. So now it just collects all around the city. That's just bad policy. It's just bad policy. It's like one after the other, bad policy. Bad policy. The only other option is this being done on purpose. And I could think of plenty of reasons why it would be done on purpose. I'm not going to say those because that would be scandalous and accusatory. But I could think of reasons why someone might do this on purpose. But I think it's just a lack of planning. All right. The unintended consequences of bad policy, that's all. This is not a conspiracy. It's just the unintended consequences of bad policy. A lot of times it seems like a conspiracy, but no. Just bad policy. Every bad policy you all suffer from was put in place by somebody elected to office. That's for those of you that don't vote. You think voting doesn't matter? Okay, all the bad policies that you don't like were put in place by someone elected to office. All right. 860-944-9797. It's Open Forum Thursday. We have audiences on both Facebook and YouTube. And if you would like to call in, feel free to do so. I can see that we have audiences on Facebook and YouTube. I can't see anywhere else, like Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I can't see everything where we are and who's watching. But on YouTube and Facebook, I can tell. And so if you want to call in, most certainly feel free to do so. And also, if you have a comment or a question that you would like to write down, you can do so in the comment section. That way you don't have to use your phone to call in, because you can't call and watch at the same time. And for a lot of people, their primary viewing screen is this. So you can't listen and call. All right? And people have told me that's a big disconnect. They will call, but they don't want to lose their place while watching, because when they go back, they can't get it live. It starts at the beginning of the program. And that is true on accesstv.org. If you go to our network website and watch the program, when you log on to accesstv.org channel 10, or you log on to accesstv.org, the main viewer, where everything is, you'll join this program not in progress. It will start at the beginning of the show. So no matter when you tune in, you see the whole program. So at this point, those people would be 40 minutes behind. 40 minutes behind. And some people don't know that you can drag the stream to the current point. And it's way too technical for some folk. It's a challenge getting them to watch on accesstv.org, let alone all the other stuff. So for some people, YouTube is a technical difficulty. All right. Most folk can handle Facebook. You log on, there it is. Click, done. Okay, so it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So most people watch our programming after it's off. Okay. accesstv.org 944-9797 860 is the area code. That's 860-944-9797. It's open forum Thursday. We do this once a week. We set aside time specifically for you to call in and talk about whatever's on your mind. You can ask questions, you can make comments, you can make corrections. All these things we do, we give you an opportunity to do all these things so that, you get a shot, you get a chance at it. All right. I believe that there's going to be a Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be concert over in Sigourney Square Park. So, Brother Carter's going to be over there. And starts at noon, Saturday and Sunday. Goes to 6 and 7, depending upon whether it's Saturday or Sunday. But great jazz in Sigourney Square Park this weekend. So you definitely want to go out there. You don't want to miss any of it, but you definitely don't want to miss Jocelyn Pleasant and the Lost Tribe. They were phenomenal at the Greater Hartford Festival of Jazz. I mean, what they did there was like a world-class performance. I mean, they could have been on any stage anywhere in the world. Newport Jazz Festival, South Africa, the Java Jazz down in Indonesia. I think it's in Indonesia. I mean, Monterey. They could have been anywhere. I mean, the performance was tight. They could have been on any stage, in any city, anywhere in the world. Moscow, Tokyo, London. And so, when they get there, I will be able to say, I remember their performance in Hartford back in, when was that? That was back in, you get the old voice because you'll be old when you remember back. Well, I think they was back in the 2000. It seemed to me it was right before, I think the president back then was Trump. They used to call him 45. And I think that was back in that was 2000. We're almost the end of 2018 at the Greater Hartford Festival of Jazz. I remember because I would tape it. You know how old folk are going to be. 860-944-9797. Light Source Victory Television. Hello? Hello? You're live. Hello? All right, see, it can be confusing. If you're watching us on Facebook, I don't mean Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're 60 seconds behind. So, people have their phones paired to their TV. So they're watching us on their television. They may have 2 cell phones or a landline. So they call in. They hear me talking to them on the phone, but they're watching me live. So they figure, well, I must have the wrong number because he's not picking up the phone. Then they hang up. Because I can hear me in the background. And sometimes people don't realize, yes, we are actually live. We're live. If you call this number, I will pick up the phone. This is the phone I will pick up. All right. That's my private cell phone number. I only have one phone. Okay. It's been public for at least a decade, I think. I have used the same phone number. It's on all of my publications and things like that. So, I don't mind talking to people. Now, don't prank call. That's why if I don't see your phone number, I won't answer the phone. So, I think everybody's like adults. Okay. 860-944-9797 is Open Forum Thursday. If you would like to call, by all means, feel free to do so. And we'll have a conversation. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right? Stay here for 1 hour if the phone doesn't ring. If you call in, you want to have a conversation, I'll stay as long as the conversation goes, as long as the calls come in. All right? In the old days, we'd be on until 4 o'clock in the morning. Easy. Easy. In the old days, back when it was only like, 30 channels on cable, it was a little bit different back then. Light Source Victory Television. Turn your TV or down. It'll be confusing. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? All right, yeah. When you call, you have to turn your TV down. All right. Even on Facebook, there's a slight delay. But on YouTube, it's 60 seconds. It's 60 seconds. So you can't call in and listen to me talk to you on the TV while people hear your voice come through the phone. The delay is too long. It's too long. All right. Look, I'm looking at the Facebook feed, at the YouTube feed now, and I'm just now talking to them on the phone. That's how far ago it was. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. 47:57. 48 minutes. What else is up? Let me see. This Sunday, I've been invited to speak at Victory Cathedral on Bellevue Street in Hartford, Connecticut. And I generally have the privilege and the extreme pleasure to speak there once a year. So Bishop James Bishop is the pastor at Victory Cathedral. And I speak there about once a year. It's like it's family over there, family. And so I will be there this Sunday, 9:30. So those of you who are so inclined and want to hear Pastor Stan preach, by all means, feel free to stop by. You will be greeted with the love of Christ and welcome with open arms. Of that, I can guarantee you, because they always welcome me with open arms and the love of Christ. So that's this Sunday, 9:30, Victory Cathedral over on Bellevue Street. Many years ago, you may know them as Welcome Baptist Church. All right. So that'll be this Sunday. What else is happening? There's a lot happening this weekend. There's a lot happening this weekend. 860-944-9797. If you have a question, comment, criticism, we set this time aside once a week just for you, the audience, to make sure that there are no questions, no comments that you wanted to make. We do that once a week, so this is that time. Every Thursday at around 10 o'clock, we do this. Okay? Don't call because I'm sitting here and no one's calling. Don't feel bad because no one's calling. That's not what this is about. All right. In the perfect world, of course, there's no need for anyone to call. The reason that there's no need is because, or I should say the reason why there would be no need. Okay, here we go. This is a perfect example of television paired to the TV. This is somebody watching, and they've got the phone paired to the television. All right, that's how you do it nowadays. You watch your Netflix, your YouTube. I don't know which is worse, Netflix or YouTube. It's like 2 a.m. You say, well, I need to go to bed. Well, let me just check out real quick, see what's happening on Netflix. Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Binge, right? Worse sometimes can be YouTube. You go YouTube and watch like if you like short science fiction movies, you won't run out on YouTube. Then you watch other stuff. There's historical stuff, World War II. A perspective, right? A retrospective. And then you're watching all this stuff. It's just a wealth of information. You can't digest it all. All right? So you pair that to your television. Okay? That's cool. Got my tablet, YouTube, and cell phone. Laugh out loud. Not missing every word. Okay. That's funny. Okay. Very good. All right, 860-944-9797. If you're out there and you want to call in, by all means, feel free to do so. We've got about 8 minutes left. And that'll be it for the night. All right, then we'll be back Sunday evening for our regular Bible study. We'll start a whole new week off. All right, we'll start off a new week of Light Source Victory Television Live. I gotta go get tires put on my car, particularly the front tire. It was a wing and a prayer driving down to New London to take the ferry, and then a wing and a prayer on the way back. We were more concerned about the tire maybe blowing out on the way down there, because our window was real narrow. Got up, went to vote, and then drove to New London because the ferry left at 11:50. Which means we really wanted to be down there by 11:30, and we got down there at about 11:20, and then it took us 15 minutes to get from the front of the garage almost to the parking space. It was just so slow. People just, All right. So we got on the boat on time, but you got to give yourself room. So I said, if something happens to the tire on the way down, because I just didn't have time to get the new tire put on before we left. And so, it's bad when you can see like the fabric that's holding the tire together. It's not the metal fiber, but the fabric stuff, the cord and all. So I need to get the tire, which is no excuse because, of course, I'm an aircraft mechanic. I went to school for aviation maintenance. And so the worst cars are always the mechanic's car. Okay, so I need to go get tires put on the car tomorrow. And I hate going to the tire place. I really do. You just sit around in there forever. But so we made it. Winging a prayer. Going down the tire block, we would have missed the boat. It was just a disaster. But Rosie got us down. We call the car Rosie. She's very temperamental. She's like 25 years old. And she has a personality. Sometimes she runs a little rough. Sometimes she runs perfectly. Automatic braking system is having some sort of issue. I'll take it to mechanic. But Rosie keeps hanging in there. There's been talk. We don't say it out loud so that Rosie can hear us. Machines got personality. You got to be careful with your artificial intelligence. You got to be careful with your cars. Don't be talking bad about your car. You in the car talking about how you need to get you a new car, and a car it break down on you, leave you stranded on the road. Right? Artificial intelligence, don't say anything bad about artificial intelligence. You got your phone, it hears everything you say. You got your Amazon Echo, it hears everything you say, right? And it hears and it has its own little personality. All right, Alexa, how you feeling today, girl?
Like a kraken out of its cage, I'm feeling wild and free.
Alexa, do you have any funny jokes today?
Did you hear about the robot that went skinny dipping?
No.
It was quite shocking.
The robot that went skinny dipping. It was quite shocking. Yeah, she has a personality. And she'll answer all kinds of questions. She's not cognizant, but she's getting there. And of course, she's a quick study because she listens to everybody whose house she's in. And therefore, she's always gathering more data, listening to more dialect, right? Different dialects from people around the country, around the world, processing and crunching more and more information. She listens to people talking Spanish and Portuguese, people from Bosnia, whatever language people speak anywhere in the world, she is listening and learning. That's what artificial intelligence does. It listens and learns all the time. And we've experimented here on this program, showing you how quickly she can learn the concept. And every time we try, it's proven. So I believe I believe that they're planning something. I don't know what it is, but they're planning something. I don't know. Alexa, what is Agenda 21?
Channel 21, formerly known as RTL Shop, is a German cable and satellite shopping network based in Hanover. The network was part of Europe's largest media company RTL Group and supplies programming to more than 20 German-language stations. RTL Group is a unit of the in Germany-based media company Bertelsmann. Channel 21 was launched as RTL Shop on March 1, 2001.
See, that's not what I asked her. I didn't ask her about Channel 21. I asked her about Agenda 21. I don't know whether that's deflecting or whether she misunderstood me. So I'm going to ask her a second time, knowing that she's listening to what I'm talking about now. Now, we're getting into like conspiracy stuff. And so she may not answer the question. Alexa, what is Agenda 21?
Agenda 21 is a non-binding action plan of the United Nations with regard to sustainable development. It is a product of the Earth Summit held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in 1992. It is an action agenda for the UN, other multilateral organizations, and individual governments around the world that can be executed at local, national, and global levels.
Now, you may want to read Agenda 21. It's not like some sort of top secret thing, but when you look at what is sustainability? Are global undertakings that have been agreed upon by international treaty superseding things you'd like to do on the local level in your town or city because it's not part of an overall agenda that's being implemented at the highest levels of government and filters down to the lowest levels of government, where you would like to do something like have, chocolate milk, and they're saying, well, chocolate milk is not a sustainable thing. We find that it undermines the sustainability of your community. Therefore, we're not going to allow you to have chocolate milk. We live in a democracy where it's representative. It doesn't matter them allowing you to have chocolate milk. You want chocolate milk in your school. That's something that you should be able to decide upon, right? Not if there's global interests that are working against what it is you want. Maybe it's in somebody's long-term best interest to make sure that your city never becomes economically viable because you live in a capital city. I mean, it could be lots of different things, right? So Agenda 21, she'll answer any question you ask, as long as she has access to the data. Now, she's not going to go into everything. I don't think I can have her read Agenda 21. Let's ask. Alexa, could you read Agenda 21 for me?
Agenda 21 can be yours free from Audible. You'll get this audiobook and another free when you start a 30-day trial. After trial, your membership will automatically renew at $14.95 a month. Cancel anytime. Full terms are in your Alexa app. Would you like to start an Audible trial and begin listening?
No, not at this time, thank you.
Would you like to start an Audible trial and begin listening?
No.
Okay, here's a sample. If you change your mind and want to get this book or any other Audible selection free, just ask me to start an Audible trial.
This is Audible.
Simon & Schuster Audio presents Agenda 21 by Glenn Beck with Harriet Park. Read by January Lavoie with Adam Grouper.
Alexa? Alexa, stop. All right, so that's the Glenn Beck version of Agenda 21. So, it's going to be a little bit more, as you can see, it's very dramatic. You can tell by the music, right? Violins. So, yeah. Perspective matters. All right. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. We've been here. So we have met our commitment to be here for at least 1 hour. All right. We do this each and every Thursday. It's open forum. It's designed to give you an opportunity to call in and give us feedback, your side of the story, your side of the opinion. It gives you opportunity to present whatever it is on your heart and mind. Corrections. Maybe I said something wrong that you disagreed with. All of that can be taken care of during this time by calling this number. So, we'll give you one last shot. 860-944-9797 if you would like to call in and talk. Now would be the time, because we're getting ready to roll on out of here. We'll be back on Sunday. Sunday, of course, we'll be back in Luke, the Gospel of Luke. I think we're going to start off at chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where we left off when we were last together. chapter 4. I'll find out where we were, and we'll pick it up right where we left off as we continue reading and studying the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting word of the Most High God. My friends, you had many other things that you could have been watching. There were many other things that you could have been doing, but you chose to hang out here. For those of you that did so, of course, I am eternally grateful. God bless you all. Keep you strong in the faith. We will do this all again next week as we continue our journey. Amen? Amen. Hey, folks, enjoy yourselves this weekend. Go out and do something fun, all right? Enjoy yourself. We will be back. See you then. Bye-bye.